Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. But it seems, viewers, that Ethiopian military has stopped Fano's advance on one front. We'll have a detailed look at this front. This front is very significant, one of the most strategic fronts where Fano fighters were advancing very rapidly. And last night, we heard that Fano fighters were advancing towards a very strategic area. Then came a massive counteroffensive from Oromia, from Addis Ababa. Details for you in this video. Before that, one correction. Several viewers pointed out in the comments section of a video in which I spoke about the forensic audit of a phone call between Balatishigao and Mere Vudajo. I said that the forensic audit proved that the call was a genuine, recording was genuine, but several viewers contacted me. They said, Sajid, you reported in a video that after forensic audit, that call recording had been proven fake. Now you are saying that the call recording was declared genuine. Yeah, I acknowledge my mistake, yes. But point is that when forensic audit is conducted, those who want the forensic audit to be conducted, they share a sample of voice with experts. For example, if someone wants to conduct forensic audit of my audio, leaked audio, so my original voice sample will be given to the experts. They'll match my original voice sample and the leaked audio sample, and then they'll give their analysis. It means that all depends upon which sample is being provided. And that forensic audit was conducted by an American firm, but who was behind that forensic audit? Who provided the voice samples of Platishigaon and Merevodajo? We don't know. That is why that forensic audit was not very reliable. Forensic audit can only be reliable if all parties to the issue, they agree. And in their presence, these voice samples, with their approval, these voice samples are submitted for forensic audit. Let's see, will Abebotadas's leaked conversation recording be analyzed? Will forensic audit be conducted? We'll see, but keeping in with the track record of Ethio 360 journalists, I don't think Ethiopian government would be considering the conducting of forensic audit of Abebotadas's leaked conversation recording. However, it seems that Ethiopian military has stopped Fano fighters on one front. By the way, I try to analyze this war on daily basis. That is how I keep myself updated. That is how I keep my viewers updated. Things change. What we are reporting today can change tomorrow. But for a better understanding, we must analyze it regularly, daily. That is how we learn what the tactics of the two sides are. Yesterday, Fano fighters entered Debre, Berhan. People say it was a lie. No, it wasn't a lie. Fano fighters entered Debre, Berhan. I shared a video too from Debre, Berhan yesterday where Debre, Berhan residents were celebrating the entry of Fano fighters. Fano fighters entered Debre Berhan, which is in North Shore Zone, capital of North Shore Zone, major city, around 100 kilometers away from Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. But if you remember, I reported yesterday that still fighting was ongoing at exit point and in some other areas of Debre Berhan. Now, after Debre Berhan, Fano fighters were planning something big. That is why this counteroffensive came. What were Fano fighters planning? They were trying to move from Debre Berhan towards Ethiopia-Djibouti railway line and Ethiopia-Djibouti road 2. Ethiopia-Djibouti railway line and I think road 2 passes very close to Minjar. Minjar Shankora. It's a wareda of North Shore Zone of the Amhara region. It shares border with Oromia. I think it shares border with East Shuwa. And through East Shuwa, Addis Ababa to Djibouti rail track passes. Fano fighters, they were hoping that swiftly they'll move towards border area. Amhara Oromia border area, and then from Minjar they'll try to disrupt the Ethiopia-Djibouti railway service, Ethiopia-Djibouti road. They were swiftly advancing towards Ararati, but then came a counter-offensive, a major counter-offensive by Ethiopian National Defense Force, supported obviously by other forces too, federal forces. The offensive came from Oromia, from Addis Ababa side. So since this morning, heavy fighting has been ongoing in the vicinity of Debre Berhan. Fano fighters advanced to the north from Debre Berhan checked. ENDF's massive counteroffensive is pushing Fano fighters back from Debre Berhan. While ENDF is pouring in North Shore from Oromia towards Debre Berhan, Fano fighters are pouring into Debre Berhan from Shore Orbit, from other parts of the North Shore Zone of the Amhara region. So Debre Berhan is now a very strategic front. If ENDF collapses on this front, Fano fighters will move. They'll not move towards Addis Ababa, I think. They will move towards Minjar Shankora. They'll try to disrupt Ethiopia-Djibouti railway line and road. They might move towards Addis Ababa too, but to reach Addis Ababa, they'll have to pass through Oromia. It is easy for them to cut off Ethiopia-Djibouti road if they capture entire North Shore Zone, because very close to North Shore Zone passes this Ethiopia-Djibouti railway track. So if Fano fighters manage to push ENDF back, you'll see their advance towards Minjar Shankora. If they collapse here, then you'll see Fano fighters retreat. ENDF will penetrate deeper into the North Shore Zone of the Amhara region, and you'll see ENDF's push from Debre Berhan towards the Shore Orbit. That is why this fighting in Debre Berhan is a very strategic area. It will determine Fano fighters' presence in a North Shore Zone of the Amhara region. Meanwhile, they were seen, Fano faction was seen in Shore Orbit a few hours ago. They distributed fertilizers to farmers in Shore Orbit. Several videos, pictures are being shared showing Fano fighters talking to locals in Shore Orbit city, distributing fertilizer bags to them. Amhara farmers have been complaining of lack of and high prices of fertilizers. They have been claiming that they could not farm their lands because of unavailability of fertilizers. And Fano used this issue. Fano backed Amhara farmers' protests in the Amhara region. And this is one of the issues raised by Fano, that deliberately, allegedly, Oromia regional government, Ethiopian federal government, they are trying to ensure that lands are not cultivated in the Amhara region. It is one of the propaganda points which are spread by Fano fighters. They say that federal government, Oromia government want to starve Amhara farmers. That is why deliberately fertilizer supply is restricted to the Amhara region. They have been backing Fano fighters, backing Amhara farmers. And again, they distributed fertilizer today in Sherobit, and they said that this fertilizer was being stored. It's available, but government was not supplying it, distributing it. So they are trying to strengthen their narrative, which could be false. They're saying that deliberately fertilizer was not distributed to the farmers in Amhara. Let's see. Debre Berhan front is going to be a crucial front. This road, Debre Berhan, Addis Ababa, Debre Berhan, Sherobit, Dasi, Kambolcha road has been blocked for the last 5 days. No traffic on this road because Fano fighters have their presence along this road in different locations. If road is opened, after a few hours, Fano fighters start attacking the vehicles moving along the road. Security forces are being ambushed. That is why this road is not usable for the Ethiopian National Defense Force for supply of reinforcement to its troops in the North Shore Zone in Wollo. ENDF trying to open this road. The outcome of the fighting between Fano fighters and Ethiopian National Defense Force in the vicinity and around, Debre Berhan will determine the Fano's ambitions. Their ambitions are becoming big, by the way. Like Tigray fighters were hoping in 2021 to cut off Ethiopia-Djibouti road through Afar. They wanted to reach the road. They were saying there was no one between them and Addis Ababa. Sadgan was heard saying there was no one between Tigray forces and Addis Ababa. Then came drones between TDF and Addis Ababa. Let's see what comes between Fano fighters and Addis Ababa. Massive counteroffensives from Oromia. I have been saying, by the way, that road to Addis Ababa passes through Oromia. This Oromia portion of the road to Addis Ababa is going to be the most difficult section of the road for Fano fighters to travel on. Let's see what happens. Thank you for watching.